Well, here we go. The World Championships float for Masters. That's over 55s up to 65. But me being 67 and not fished in the vets yet, I can qualify for the Masters. So we're going to Hungary, Zagreb, on the rowing course. It's an incredible venue, absolutely outstanding. All Crassio and a few carp, and it's quite, how you feed and everything is quite aggressive. And I was there in 1990 when England 1991 when England won the World Championships, and you might remember a video called Hungry for Gold when Dennis spilt the maggots and everything. I'm thinking I got blamed for it, but it was Dennis. But it's completely different now. The venue's changed, it's all Crassio and carp. So to be honest with you, I'm like a little boy. I'm as excited as anything. I can't wait to get there. I really can't, honestly. And everyone at Lads are the same. So we go this weekend, and I'm gonna let you know how we're going each day and what's happening, and send you videos and everything like that, just to show you what we do and how we're preparing everything. I thought with this video, I'm going to show you what you have to do, how you have to prepare. If you don't prepare like this, you might as well not bother turning up. And this is why when you're part of an England setup, you've got to be dedicated. It's everything's here, everything is 100%. That's all you think about all year. That's all I think about. So I'm going to show you the tackle and everything that I've got ready just for this one event, just for 2 4-hour matches. That's all I've got it all ready for. So come on, I'll show you. So that's my little setup, and because we're fishing for Crassios and carp, 1 Crassio, 1 carp. I think that's only fair. The nets have got to be 3.5 metres long, so I've got 2 new nets, 3.5 metres long. Them's really important. They're in a position, they're in front of you, and you can see why I'm sat on my box, trying to get everything around my box. I've got my bar, my spray bar there, so I can sit there. When it's calm it won't be so much, but when it's flowing and it does, the wind gets up, you're going to need one of these. So that might not always be there, but this is what I do before I go away. I set everything up so I know what's going. I've got the pole support 2, 1 net and 1 clip, just in case, find out which is the best on the day with the wind and everything like that. I've got my bowls and I've got my tray. I've got my tray underneath. Now we're only allowed 2 litres of bait, so you won't need a lot of stuff on this, so you don't need massive trays here. So everything's around me. You can see everything is around me. That bucket there and bowl, that's just in case I've got to put ground bait, and I put ground bait in all the time. That could just be a bowl or it could be a bucket, depends on whether we're using a lot of ground bait or we're not. The landing net just goes on there straight forward. I've got quite a few nets because these carp have got fins and they're horrible and they're smashing nets up and everything like that, so I've got quite a few spare nets. 2 landing net handles just in case one damages or one breaks. So that's my little setup on my box. So all my kits will be along there, and I've got a spare water bowl just to keep it weighted down. That's really important. So then I've got my spray there, really important, because you're not allowed to wet anything after the bait check, but you can use a spray. So if something goes dry, I can spray it up, but I can't add water to it. So that's a really important piece of equipment. Then I've got my box where I'm going to keep most of my bits and bobs that are all attracted towards me. I've even taken my wine gums, look. Now these, I've got about 6 of these. These are towels. These are going to be really important. One thing, it's going to be 30 odd degrees, it's going to be really warm. Because we're using a lot of corn, everything gets sticky up, so you're going to have to wet them. I've got 2 different types of material, just in case, find out which is going to clean them the quickest. I'm not quite sure yet. So I've got 2 different types of towels. I've got about 6 towels. They're going to be really, really important. Believe it or not, that this is true. It's really, really important. The other bowl, and then here I've got all my buckets and bowls. Buckets and bowls are really important because I might have corn, 3 different types of ground bait, sticky mag. So you can't have enough bowls. You really can't. So we always take plenty. We haven't got his equipment here. When you're fishing local, you can come home and you get your equipment out of the garage. You can't move it, so we have to take it with us just in case there's a bit of a problem. That's my cool box. All my bait will be on that with an ice pack. Nice white one, so the sun reflects it, and everything in there is all my tubs for my bait separate that'll actually then go on my tray. Then I've got this. This is where I keep all my things that are going on the bank. This bag will be used, and it's also can be used as if I need something to cool something down. So it's actually insulated inside in case I want to put an ice pack or something like that in. But that will go on the bank every day with me. Them two, so everything I'm going to need will be in them 2 bags for bait, accessories and things like that. Then rollers. I've got 4 rollers, only 2 out here, because you never know the distances you're going to be fishing. You might be fishing 3 lines, you might have to adjust them. So I usually take 3 or 4 rollers, and different heights, it doesn't really matter. Keep nets. I've got 2 keep nets, there'll be another one coming. But look at the landing nets. I've got all different types of landing net. Mainly because the idea that these can't rip them very easily. The fins are horrific, and they actually, so you can't have enough really, and you'll find one that scoops through the water better when you get over there. So all of us have a different types of selection. Then I've got, this is my roller bag where all my rollers will be kept, and me rod top roost, everything will go in there, so it's all nice and compact. I can take it to the bank. So that's most of them things. Now then, these are the nitty-gritty of what happens over there, because some of these will be kept in room. For example, these are all my rigs. I've tied all these up. You can see all these are my rigs I've made for this venue, and they're all in this beautiful little container. You can see them all down there. There's loads, and I've made all these. It lasts 2 weeks. I hate making rigs, but you've got to do it. It's like a chore, but you've got to do it. And every one of them will be at the side of me, where my tackle is. And then I've got spares there. I've got spare floats, you can see, and I've got all my bits for my pole, all my accessories. I've got all my catapults, and in there is all the things I need for making rigs, changing elastics, and everything like that. So everything's in there. Not everything here will go to the bank with me, but they will. So that's one thing, all packed up nice and dead easy. In that one, I've got me pole pots, I've got my spare spools, and I've got other things in there. But they're in different size boxes, and that's nice and handy. Then, in here, I've got all my elastics. I've got all my bits and bobs, my pole making gear, the bait stuff, everything that I might need. This will go on bank with me because I might just need it. So them 3 there are really important pieces of tackle, because one, everything's in them. It's compact. It's easy to load it van. But they will be in and out of the room or on the bank each day, because just in case I need things. So that's straightforward. These are all my rigs that have been made for different venues, really, all different venues, but I always take them because on this venue you never know what you're going to need. Even an empty one there, looks, I'll find something to fill it with, don't worry. But that one is all my big rigs, so that's pretty straightforward. So all this here you've got here now, some will go to the bank, some won't, but without all that I can't compete. I can't sit on that back and compete because it's not comfortable. Most of this stuff is left at home, or I'm not at home, I'm away, so I have to change it. Right, so now then, 2 poles. I've got 2 poles, and they're in these kits, these pole cases. If you haven't got one, you need to get one. They are fantastic, whichever one it is. I've got, that's our Emma's, that's the Milo one, and that one there is a Cresta one. I've got poles, I've got all my sections, got everything in there. Everything is protected. It's really important. And all my elastics are all done. You can see that they're all done and all made. I've done a selection of elastics from probably a 6 up to a 14, and I'll find out what I need, and I'll be changing them during the week. They will be changed during the week, no doubt about that, because one, the heat is so much that you've got to keep changing them, and 2, you don't know what you're going to need till you get there. So you get a selection and you'll work it out when you get there which you're going to need. Now then, even though that tray has got that sun thing on it, sometimes the bait shelter is good, especially if it rains, so we always have a bait shelter. So now then, in this rod bag, what I've done, this is just a normal rod bag from what New Fish have done. It's a brand new one, and I love these, I'll be honest with you. 2 landing nets is a spare. I've got 2 landing nets in there. Oh sorry, 2 landing net handles. I've got 3 waggler rods, 3 just in case. I don't think it'd be a waggler job, but you just never know in fishing, do you? So, and a spare pole there for feeding. So that everything extra will go in there. Anything long like that'll go in. That's going to go in. Anything like that will go in that rod rack. Carries loads of stuff, and that's what I'm going to do. So basically, that's my little setup. It was comfortable. Oh, something I ain't showed you yet. So that's my little setup, and you might be wondering where all my hooks are, because not only have I made all these rigs, I've had to make a load of hooks as well. So pull that out, and believe it or believe it not, in here, that is my hooks. And you do this, you see how one of the things I love about all this luggage is I can keep it all compact. Like, I've got long uns, barbless there, short ones, hook lengths. These, what I've been tying, I mean, Christ knows how many hooks you can get. I'll tell you what, I'll undo that, shall I? How many hooks you can get in these, all tied up, all different sizes. And what I do, I like to do 10 of each, and then see what I need when I get there, because there's a big selection in all them. You won't believe how many hooks there is in there. That's just my hooks, and that's just before I get there. Because what I'll do, when I work it out at, I'll work it out the hook that suits you as a fisherman. We might all be on different hooks, but it'll suit the angler. And then in there, what we've got in here, these are my main lines. Like I keep them all in there, all my big lines for me shock leaders and things like that. Waggler floats, got some waggler floats, and they're all in there, and they go underneath the bottom. So you might think, wow, how much tackle do you need? But the biggest problem is, we're away, I can't get back if I need anything out of my garage, so I have to take everything that I need. And before I go away, I like to set it up in garden. I like to get it all organised, so I know when I get on the bank, I know where everything goes. It's just what I do. But you don't get to all this without a few people's help. And I just like to thank a few people. I like to thank Fuka Baits for, we can't use baits over there, but we're out there loving sponsorship. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. A massive thanks to MK Quattro for helping me. All lads at New Fish have been unbelievable. Guru and lad who makes me floats. For his name, not Mickey. Tez, who makes me floats. Thank you very much. I appreciate all them people's help. They've been absolutely outstanding. And without them, I couldn't. Without their support and love, I couldn't do what we're going to do. But let me tell you, there's no more exciting than putting this on. These 3 lines, trust me, nothing. I can't wait to get there. A long trip. I'm going with a Lancashire lad, unfortunately, Harry Billy. But we've got a trip, and we'll be singing our way there, and hopefully we'll be singing our way back. So make sure you go on my Facebook page every day, because I'm going to put a little report of our pegs and what it looks like and everything like that. But on my Facebook page, make sure you tune in, have a look, and wish me luck, and hopefully I'll come back with 2 goals.